flick of the fingers. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Alien Addict. It is a very special night tonight because we have none other than Ivan0135, the creator of Skinny Bob, in the house. Ivan, welcome to the show.
You're a liar.
You will do, though, Lee. You will do. Some guy called Ivan he's out there and he's laughing his ass off.
Well, it's quite Nordic, isn't it? There's a lot of sort of Norse blood runs through the Isle of Man.
I think I'm a bit Nordic, you know.
Yeah.
Is that Viking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always got told. My granddad said you've got a bit of Anglo-Saxon in you.
Yeah, it's in the beard. You can always see it in the beard.
It is a I'm good, mate. How the devil are you?
Good, very good.
I'm liking the fact that you've got the cheaper. What is it again, Lee? My favorite show. My job, my
therapy. This is my
therapy.
New podcast, which you can find on Must See Audio,
and it is a beautiful listen. It is a beautiful listen. Yeah,
literally just finished recording the latest episode before I logged on to speak to you.
And when is that out?
Now.
Don't watch it yet, though.
No,
after the show.
Yeah, but it's when you finish this. If you're not sick of my voice, you can go and listen to more of it.
It is in the description anyway. Well, your link is in the description.
Yeah,
to all your platforms.
Yeah, all the stuff, which might be getting smaller. Who knows?
Well, you're venturing out. We were talking about this today. You are venturing.
Well, we talked about it in the last podcast as well, didn't I? We did, because I was telling you and Rich that I thought maybe you should diversify to more free speech platforms. And
I'm thinking about rumbling it up.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about getting ready to rumble.
I was thinking, yeah, that's nice.
Watch us wreck the mic. Watch us wreck the mic. Psych. Let's get ready to rumble.
Do you know what I really like? What I really, really like about it is there's no dislikes or likes on the videos.
Do you know something? I've never ever disliked a video on YouTube in my life.
What
I can't be asked.
Rumbles. So if you click the little plus, it gives the video a rumble, which is a thumbs up. But if you decide you don't like a video and you give it a thumbs down, it doesn't give a thumbs down. It takes away a rumble.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd want my rumbles taken away.
I wouldn't want my rumbles taken away, but I prefer that to loads of thumbs downs.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the German metal fans.
What if you're getting minus rumbles?
Oh, you can't go minus rumbles. Nobody wants to go minus rumbles.
Maybe you owe them some rumbles, so you've got to go another, give people a few rumbles. Before we get on with Skinny Bob, though,
yeah,
this is not going to show me as a government shill. I think this is.
I forgot you were bought and paid for by Google.
This is. I think it's only one of them, but I've bought my little boys 2 presents for Christmas from my childhood, and I've forgotten a knife, but it's only sellotape, so it should be. It's
You get close to the mic, you just do ASMR at the same time. Tap the box. You need to tap the box.
I like that.
There you go.
You like it? Is that nice? Did you hear the beard scratch? Oh, and it is, Lee.
What?
It's smaller than I remember. He's not even watched. Do you remember these little motherfuckers?
Boglins! Motherfucker!
They are back out. and I pre-ordered and got a boggling.
I
I've got
still
another.
have an OG boggling kicking around somewhere.
It's smaller than I remember.
No, your hands are bigger.
Yeah, because when I'm going to struggle to get my hand up his bottom to get my fist in.
Just
Not
start with
gonna-
like
to get demonetized.
start with 3.
It feels a little bit different as well, like it's a different type of rubber. But yeah, this is for one of my little boys, and I have ordered. This one's vlog. I think it's Dwark or whatever the other one that I have ordered. But I'm pleased with that. They're gonna love that. That was my favorite toy as a kid.
Yeah, it was up there. I loved my boggling. I think I had 2 of them.
Oh, GUFON is in the chat. GUFON, I didn't know. We had in a show, me and you, Rich, Friday, but I have sent you the link to this if you are about, because we are about to discuss the bob. Lee, I looked everywhere for a turtleneck as well. I was sure that I owned one.
I'm glad you don't.
I don't own one.
I like you more.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
If you'd have turned up with a turtleneck on, you'd have lost some rumbles.
You did a video that I would like to play. If you wouldn't mind sending me the link to your skinny bob. How long is it?
I think it's like 10-15 minutes, maybe. I can't remember.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll play that. We'll play that. I think we'll end with it to go out so that people can go check it out. But you did quite a bit of research on the man, and for anybody in the chat that thinks
it's only 5 minutes. I thought
5 minutes. No, let's bob it up. But for anybody in the chat that thinks that we think that Skinny Bob is real, we don't think it's real. At least I don't. What about you, Lee?
I don't think it's real. I'm pretty on the fence on this video, but I thought, I mean, it felt like the best way to go about it was being on the fence. I'm not on the fence about it. I think it's CGI. I think it's all CGI.
You think every single bit of it's CGI? Because I'm going to bring some things to light about that, because there are some interesting clips in the Skinny Bob video. And what I want to talk about more is the fact that this thing has never made any dollar. It's never made any money at all. But in it, there is 4 videos out from Ivan 0135, and no reason why it's fantastic. We do have section 51 in the house, but he's not connected his he popped in and popped out.
Nope.
So we've got section 51 people. I did send him a message tonight, because for anybody who didn't know, section 51 is excellent CGI artist. A lot of people debunked his stuff back in the day, but he will be coming on. Have you got the video for us, Lee?
I sent it to you on Facebook.
You sent it to me on Facebook. Okie dokie. Let's go my face of books. And there it is. Let's pop this up. Let's see what Lee's unbiased opinion of Skinny Bob is. Oh, here we go. I did like this video, Lee. I liked you in the little. I liked it in the little TV.
I liked it as well.
Oh, we have section 51 in the house. Doz, are you about? He's there. Doz, welcome to the channel again, my friend. I know it was last minute, but I saw your live stream, which you were doing some debunks, which I loved. But do you know, did you make Skinny Bob?
No. No, it's not me. Hello, Lee Stevens. Hello.
Hi, mate. It's good to meet you.
So
nice to meet you.
I'm just about to play Lee's video of his analysis of Skinny Bob for the guys in the chat. Then we're going to discuss, but I have lots of clips of it, and I'm interested, Doz, to get your take on it as a CGI artist. But I'm just going to bring this up now. Doz, have you seen what I bought my little boy? Do you remember these?
Oh, yes. What is it?
It's a boglin.
It's an alien? A goblin?
Boglin. A boglin.
Boglin.
Boglin, yeah. From the 80s. 80s toy. Fantastic things. I used to have a whole pound of them. I used to love them. Right, let's bring this up. So share the GUFON. If you are about, my friend, you are welcome to join. I have sent you a link because he's in the chat. How do I? Oh, share screen. There we go.
Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, no, anytime, my friend. I did think this one was quite fitting, though, because of your work.
Do I have to listen to my own voice now?
You do. You can talk over it if you like.
It's unfortunate. Welcome to the Vault. On this channel, we're going to examine the strange, fantastical elements that make up our world, subjects that defy logic, baffle science, and question the very fabric of our reality. We start with a decade-old enigma, one that's etched itself into the foundations of YouTube lore, and a mystery that's never far from the UFO zeitgeist. On the 14th of April 2011, a channel called Ivan0135 published a video called Disclosure Leaked UFO Alien Case Video Confidential Documents Old Footage. Quite the snappy title. The 47-second video starts with what seems to be the KGB logo, with the title, time, and date obscured. The first scene shows what seems to be a classic UFO. It's filmed from the ground before we cut to an airplane filming it from above. We then cut to what looks like straight out of your Alien Visitor Handbook Grey, before showing us what looks like a crashed disc and a dead alien grey lying on the ground. The final cut is hard to make out. It seems to be some sort of autopsy or medical procedure that's eerily similar to the 1995 Ray Santilli alien autopsy, a feature video in its own right. The second video, and the reason this stays so long in the mind, shows a similar being from the first video, standing, wearing black coveralls. During the research for this video, I realized how slow the timestamp at the left-hand corner was. It seemed to be almost half time. So by speeding the video up to 1.5 times, it gave a more natural speed, something closer to what we would think of as seconds and minutes. The head movements now seem jerky, like frustrated, almost insect-like, but the blinking looks smoother to me. It looks less animated and more like a living, breathing creature. At this point, it's easy to try and write this off as CGI. Very good CGI, but CGI nevertheless. Unfortunately, there's a point to remember. This video is a decade old, and in 2011, CGI was hardly basic, but it's difficult to conceive somebody making this at home on a consumer PC before tools like Blender and Unreal Engine was so user-friendly and ubiquitous amongst PC users. Subsequently, James Fox, director and producer of The Phenomena and the infamous I Know What I Saw, showed the footage to the children from the aerial school encounter, where a craft was said to land and beings made contact with several children. The children confirmed that the beings they saw looked like Skinny Bob. This mystery has spanned a decade. It'll probably span another decade unless more footage comes to light or Ivan0135 comes forward to authenticate it. Be it real or fake, it's still one of the most convincing things we've ever seen. Be it one of the most convincing hoaxes or the smoking gun ufologists have been waiting for years. For more content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Lovely, Leon. I like the music as well. Where did you get that from?
Somewhere that didn't charge me for it.
Are they going to charge me for it?
Possibly. Maybe even take your channel down.
Doz, what do you make of Skinny Bob?
What I think about it?
Yes, as a CGI artist yourself. Bear in mind, it was made back in 2000. When was it, Lee? 2000 and 2000?
I can't remember. One.
I think that it's well said that it could be CGI made, but the problem is that the video is old and maybe older than the CGI technology was
10 years old.
advanced
10
at this time.
10 years ago. So it was back in 2011.
Yeah. And for my impression, I already saw this video before, and I sincerely think that this is a hoax, but it is a very well made hoax because, as you heard in the video, who is the narrator of the video? This is Lee.
Me.
Lee.
Okay. You well said that the way it moves, it seems that it is some animated puppet.
It's
and
fluid.
It gave me the same feeling, and even the blinking eyes. And I think that at that time, with the technology they had at that time, at that moment, I think that it was maybe a kid with a suit and with some visual effects, some mask and some false hands, like in Star Wars, with some electronic animated eyes making the blinking eyes. I think
Do you think you could recreate that?
Possible.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
CGI?
So, but back in 2011, how expensive would that be to reproduce? To produce back then?
If you are a talented artist and if you are working in your garage with some very very cool software, I think that it's possible. We already made some animated CGI characters in 2005, and it was the same kind of animation. But when I look at the picture, you can see the clothes, and it was very difficult to reproduce the reality of the clothes at that time in CGI. So that's why I say that it is more plausible for me that it could be some human, some character, some actor, maybe a kid in a suit with a mask, and maybe it was just an actor, and they added the CGI head after in post-production on the body of the actor, because on the body you can also put some tracking marks in order after in post-production to make the CGI, the 3D head match with the real body. And maybe that could be an option for having the blinking eyes on the head, because the head seems to be made in CGI. Even the hands, when I see the video again, I have the feeling that the hands and the head are in CGI, but the rest of the body is made maybe with a kid with some suit. And maybe you can also cheat with the suit. You can also put some prostheses or some things in the suit in order to make some angles or to make some moves like a robot. But the head with the eyes particularly, it seems that it could be a CGI. And after that, you add a lot of filters, a lot of dust and scratch on the picture in order to make this look very old and more blurry, in order to that these details become very difficult to discern, to spot. So
Yeah, there's so many people
that's what I was saying in the previous live when we were together, when I said that the more difficult visual effects to spot, to detect, that's when you mix some real contents with some virtual content. When you don't know where is the frontier, when you don't know where is the limit between the real and between the virtual. So that must be something real with tracking, with marks, mixed with some CGI added in post-production. And 10 years ago, I think that with the technology...
Oh, you've gone, Doz. Your connections flopped. He thinks with the technology. Left me on a cliffhanger there. Doz, you've frozen in a great position. But if you want to drop out and drop back in and come back in, because you have frozen, I think what I'm trying to get out of Dosley is how easy would it be to recreate now as a CGI artist? And back then, for me, the only reason to do something like that would be to get loads of views, get loads of subscribers, and to build your platform up and then put out a load more alien hoaxes. But it stopped. So either the guy snuffed
Maybe
it
it's
and
just
died,
a lot of hard work.
Or he died.
Yeah. Well, that happened with the that rabbit hole I was sucked down watching the homunculus videos. And that was a series of videos that didn't end because the guy died.
Yeah. Well, the guy did die.
Yeah.
Because he died. Oh, bless him.
And there's a lot of factors for things. I mean, he might have just been like me. Might have just been like, I do loads of things once because I think, oh, that's a good idea, and then instantly move on to doing something else.
Does I think what I wanted to ask you then, what would be the reason though to put something like that out back in 2011 and then to just stop after 4 videos with no monitors say it, Lee. Monitor, I can't say it. No cash flow coming in. Monetization. Yeah. I've only had one.
Oh, I think that it could be some independent director who wanted to tell a story and to start a story with few episodes, in order to test if it was welcomed by the public on the internet, because at that time it was when you made the buzz on the internet, especially on YouTube. It was very interesting in terms of audience, because when you are a director and when you can prove to a producer that you come with a concept with some first pictures that you made, and you can prove to the producer that you made 1 million views with these pictures, with this concept on the internet, this is the first evidence, the first proof for the producer that this is bankable, this is a bankable project, that it has a lot of chances to make later some entries in theaters if there is a movie about this. So this is a first test, a first screening test, and a free test, because you don't pay. It's just free to publish a video like this on YouTube, and just to test if it will work with the public, if it will be well accepted, or on the contrary, if people will criticize it a lot, and if it will not be welcome. It's so, a lot of directors and producers are always testing a lot of concepts like this to the public, in order to see in which way they can go on the subjects, if it has a chances to make a lot of entries or not. And I'm sure that this is an independent director who had the concept at this moment, and who wanted to. He must have seen, that old video of the autopsy of an alien body that we all have seen a lot of years ago on the TV mainstream. I'm sure that you know what about I'm saying, this video, when they were making this video, and I'm sure he wanted to make a following of this, a following episode, in order to develop the lore around all these aliens.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you, Abby Lynn. Awesome show. Thank you, my friend, for the super chat. Much appreciated. And also Jennifer has just said here, Doz, do you think it's possible? Thank you for the super chat, Jennifer. Do you think it's possible that you could be wrong with this? And I think she means it could be real.
Yes. I'm not saying I'm holding the truth. In my videos, I'm always saying that this is just an opinion, but I'm not closing doors, and there is a lot of possibilities, and sometimes we can also be wrong. So we must remain humble with all
There's a
these
talented
subjects.
debunker. Doz, there's a talented debunker, and you are. And I want Lee to. I want to move on to Lee next for the next question. But could you recreate this now?
Me?
Could you recreate this?
Yes.
You think you could?
Yes. There will. There are so many techniques to do it, and firstly, I think that we will try to do it in Unity, in 3D, because you can do now so many things with lights and shadows in Unity, directly in 3D, in Unity, in the virtual universe, in the virtual reality, and it is very faster than the previous techniques. And after that, if the result is not convincing, we could go to the old techniques by mixing real actor with suit and adding some parts in CGI in 3D, in order to to try to approach to this result, to this final result.
I would like to see that.
But even now, moreover, now you have the motion tracking, the motion capture, which is the motion capture technology, which has very improved. So you can use a real actor in a green suit with a lot of captors everywhere for tracking, and you can ask him to do any move you want in a studio. You record his moves with the tracking, and after that you apply all these trackings, all these moves recorded to an alien body in 3D in order to create your video. And the motion capture technology is now very affordable for every people. Every student in cinema, in video can do this with software not so expensive and a little bit of talent, but everything is possible now.
Lee, you mentioned in the video that you made the the emblem at the beginning.
Yeah, I think it's a KGB logo, isn't it? KGB shield.
It looks like it to me. Yes, I find that interesting because that's kind of like it's just been popped in there, and nobody seems to really talk about that.
I still think the most interesting thing about it is the fact that the timestamp's weird, because the timestamp runs slow, whereas the video footage seems to be running in like real time. I don't understand why it would. If it was real, I don't understand why it would be like that. But if you go into all that effort, I don't understand why you put a slow timestamp on it.
Yes. It's a little bit of it's a bit of fuckery, isn't it, with the brain? It messes with you a little bit, does the entire thing. I did a video a few years back about Skinny Bob, and somebody did mention they did a debunk on the entire thing. He's another CGI artist like yourself does, and he spoke about the filters that had been put over him. He could tell that they were all fake, apart from one scene. And the scene that he mentioned is this particular scene that you were speaking about, Lee, of it being on the autopsy table. He said that I'll slow it. That's slowed down a little bit. He said that this looked completely real, and the actual effects that had been put over it didn't look like effects. They looked like proper film grain. Now, I'm no CGI artist, so I have no idea if that's real film grain or. But looking at it and slowing it down in my software, my editing software, I was looking at the grain in there and trying to spot any kind of repeats from the rest of the video, and I couldn't find any. But this particular alien to me does not look like Skinny Bob at all.
Can you just play that again, please, Ollie?
The slow motion one.
Yeah, please. Yeah, just pause it.
I can't pause it.
Oh, it's okay. Just right at the very beginning there, if you consider that this is supposed to be a dead alien that's about to be autopsied, do you not find it weird that they've got a blanket over half of him? I don't know if you were just about to cut an alien open for autopsy, you'd be worried about the alien's modesty. You know, if it was going to be that to me says if it's a practical effect, they've stuck a blanket over half of it because there isn't legs.
There isn't legs. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good call.
There's no reason why you'd have a blanket over half of it.
But why would you make the full thing like the arms and everything else, but not the legs? Because they made the legs here.
No, again, if that's CGI and it's the body on the table is a practical effect, like we were just saying before about maybe it being influenced by the original Alien autopsy video, which this certainly is. You know, it's
Yeah.
It just seems weird that if we're looking at it as this, is it real? I find it odd that this thing you're about to be cutting open, you'd stick a blanket over it first.
Maybe it was alive.
Maybe.
You know, Skinny Bob did have clothes on, apparently, you know.
Yeah,
Take it off, he's like,
but
please
that's
don't show
that's
my
what I
alien
mean.
pecker.
I don't understand why you'd be worried about its modesty if you were about to cut its eyes out.
Maybe it was like this. Oh, yes. What you're doing?
Well, it's funny you should say that, though, Lee, because partly one of the reasons why you're not really supposed to show and you can't really get away with it now, this, and if you noticed, the private parts have been covered up, YouTube, is because you're not supposed to show its private area. YouTube can remove it because of that. Either that or a bit. Also, I think it's the mutilation. But if it's mutilation of a fake alien, what does it matter? I mean, I've seen on YouTube proper autopsies, and they're up.
I did a watch party of a what was the film called? Was it a hamster, something like that? And it's like a early 90s like gore fest film. That's grim. That was stuck out. Yeah, if you're uploading this needs to be a 18 thing.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, if it's fake aliens, and generally our how we perceive aliens is that they are genderless. They don't have anything. But maybe you can't show that because it's still showing that area. I do find this whole Skinny Bob, the way it's been put together, odd though. I still can't get over the fact that I know what you're saying, Doz, and it makes sense that this guy, it was like his portfolio, and he maybe was showing this to a producer. Ivan was showing this is my work, it's on YouTube. A lot of people are actually believing it because they're saying that the way that it blinks can't be faked and it's all natural, because that's a lot of people's argument. Every time I put a video out on Skinny Bob, people get quite emotional over it and they say it's real, look at the blinking of the eyes, that cannot be done. I mean, I'm not sure. To me, it does look like it has been faked well, extremely well. But I'm just wondering if there is more to Skinny Bob than meets the eye. That there is a reason why this thing was put up on the internet. Maybe it was to cover up something else, or maybe it was to make us look in a different direction.
But maybe the artist who created this video, this hoax, created it in order to sell it as an authentic video to a guy who was collecting proofs, evidences of UFOs or aliens, some guy passionate with all this stuff, who was ready to buy some unique evidence at a high price. And maybe this is this guy who bought the video that put it on YouTube in order to reveal, I have the truth. This is an amazing news, an amazing video that I want you to discover. I want to reveal it to you, and believing that it was true. And maybe himself, he was fooled by the hoaxer who sold him the video at a very high price. This is a possibility. You know, it was the case with the autopsy video. The autopsy video.
Yeah,
I remember when we watched the TV show 10 or 15 years ago on the TV. it was the journalists were completely amazed because they believed that it was an authentic video. It was presented as this by the guy who sent them the footage, and he also said them that he bought the footage to another guy in a strange shop at a very high price. And you have a lot of guys like this who are very interested in very strange footage, very strange collectible, and who want sometimes to reveal it to the public in order to make buzz on the TV. And at the end, it was revealed that because all the journalists made the investigations, they make researches around all this video footage of the autopsy, and they finally found that it was a hoax because they had a lot of feedbacks of experts in medicine, in science, who were completely amazed by the work that was made by the artist in the autopsy, because we can see that they recreated a complete puppet of an alien with different layers of latex, different layers of on the eyes, because when during the video of the autopsy we can see that they remove the sheet that they have on the eyes. We can see that they remove a lot of layers when they open you can say the belly, no?
Yeah.
When they open the
stomach.
body, they remove a lot of things of the anatomy of the body, like it was a very real body. And I'm sure that they took these things from animals that they put in the puppet, in the latex puppet. And you know that I know VFX artists who are specialists in creating these puppets, these bodies in latex, and it's very realistic. And at that time, it was already possible to do this. And of course, the journalists were able to find the truth behind this video and to discover that it was a big hoax. And the guy who bought the video was obliged, he was forced to admit that he was fooled by the guy who sold him the video. And but the guy was completely lost in the nature. We never found where he was. So this is very the subject, the field of UFOs is plenty of these kind of stories, these strange stories mixed with real stories, and that's very difficult to find the truth and what is not the truth.
Yeah, and I get that. And I mean, when we're looking at any of these autopsies, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. But when you look at it still doesn't disguise the fact that the Skinny Bob, there's a lot of people that are passionate about that video. And when anybody looks at that, they instantly come at you with, the guy has made no money. This is back in 2011. It would have been extremely expensive to just fake it. It may have been for a portfolio, for a film, but at some point it would have been revealed who this person who made it. You see that UFOs crashed in a wood. I don't know if you remember, there was one a couple of years ago, and then you saw that it was actually a prop for a movie. But this thing's been out since 2011, and nobody has ever come forward to say, this is my work, or this was so-and-so's work. I've had people tell me whose work it is, but nobody's officially come out to say that this was my work. And I find that extremely odd. It's almost like this thing is up almost to disguise something, but the main oddity in this video for me is when the other CGI artists, and I don't know what you think of what do you think of that section, Lee, for how it looks in terms of, other than it, somebody mentioned in the chat, who was it now? It was young lady, Abby mentioned that, maybe they'd wheeled it in from somewhere else, covered up. So maybe it had gone through maybe an area that it needed to be covered up, and they couldn't show what that was. Maybe that there was people that, if they'd have seen that thing, possible people that didn't have clearance to what that was. I don't think that.
I feel if you've got an alien body somewhere, let's say it's a military base for the sake of it, I feel that you wouldn't have that in somewhere where you have to bring it through reception to take it to where you're going to cut it up. Yeah, I don't think you'd be taking it past people that shouldn't see there's a fucking alien underneath it. You think they'd be more organized than that. And if it was on ice somewhere, you don't put blankets on corpses in a morgue when they're on ice. They're just naked bodies in like people fridges.
Also, if it was alive, and Bob seems quite pleasant here, if they want to portray this video as, here's Bob, he's a nice little being, but then we measured him and then we chopped him up. we took his measurements and then we just thought, you know what?
Do you know what is odd about both of them? What is odd? They've both got noses. Greys rarely have noses when people talk about them.
Well, the ones that
get chopped up, but
they have kind of a nose. Speaking of alien noses,
they end up with like the little two slit things, don't they? But these have got like proper people noses,
like my logo,
like your logo, like.
He just has he just has two little slits. But that's my depiction of a grey.
But that section, sorry, to get back to what you were talking about, that section, to me, as someone that doesn't know fuck all about cinema or CGI, that looks like practical effects. When you see that close up of where they appear to be rummaging around, you've got latex gloves. That doesn't look like CGI to me. That the latex gloves, all the wrinkles and stuff on them.
He's got odd hands. I mean, if you look at the background here, they're absolutely huge, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say about big hands. He's probably got massive feet. He's too cute. He's too lovable to be a little green man, a grey man, whatever they want to call him. But I do think going, and I'm going to keep yapping on about it. I think
he looks like a complete bastard, and I'm glad they autopsied him.
Yeah, I do think that this looks like a different alien, though, completely. Why would they would use? Surely they would use the same model. So the same guy making the same video, the Ivan 0135, would he not use the same model as Doz as a special effects artist? It's quite expensive to make these things. If you're going to make practical effects, that one does not look CGI in the slightest. That looks like a complete practical effect.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the fam, these don't look real. I mean, I'll be honest with you. He's fantastic for 2011. For 2011, for one man, Ivan in his bedroom wanted to create a hoax, but that on the autopsy table, that is practical. That's a practical effect.
Yeah. And you are forced to make practical in this scene because you have interactions between real actors and the body. So it would be very difficult to make it in CGI. But I agree that in some scenes, when you see them walking, you have this feeling that you look, you are watching some puppets or some robots walking. They have not natural moves, and it happens when it deals with 3D characters or CGI characters. Yes. But in 2011, there was already motion capture techniques. So it is possible that they used motion capture for animating these 3D aliens walking like this. And this is always intriguing when you have this video, because this is the blurry effect and the fact that this is the parts that you don't see or that you difficultly see. That's the problem, because that's the parts that make your imagination work. And that's the same recipe that they use in the movies, in the science fiction or fantasy. Remember in the movie Predator or in the first Alien, that's the moment when the when the fear works the best is when you don't see the creature. And because the director and all the crew is very strong to make the imagination of the spectators, of the public, work. And that's the same here. The less we are going to show to the public, to the people, the better it will be for the video and for its success to the public. Because we have just to let the imagination of the people work for us. You know?
I totally agree. I totally agree with that.
The X-Files were masters of that as well. You rarely saw things in the X-Files.
Kubrick was a master of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Lee, the bit I noticed in your analysis, and I don't know how much you said about this, but I've shown this so many times, and I can't work out what it is. So there's a bit at the end of the Skinny Bob video, and I don't know what they're trying to depict to us of what it actually is. Do you know what this is? What they might be trying to show here?
Shadow. It's very strange.
So let's write a story.
Right, I mean, I suppose this is exactly what you just said, isn't it? You've got it ends with something completely nebulous that you don't know what it is, so you can fill in the blanks yourself for that scene.
I mean, to me, it looks like the ring out of Halo.
It will never end with that kind of pictures, because you enter in
So you think this is all put into kind of like just they put oddities in there? You broke up there, mate.
Maybe it's some ash of the alien. I don't know who could have been.
So hang about. Is that after they chopped him up? After they chopped him up, they cremated him, and that's the that's the remains. Poor Bob.
But I'm sure that there are some parts in all this. There are some parts that are true, just the concept. I'm sure that there are. It is possible that there are aliens who went in some secret studios or secret houses or laboratories where they were autopsied or where they were tested or analyzed by some crew, some military crew. And maybe some videos exist, but they are classified. And or maybe a part of this video that we are watching here today, some parts are true, and we are completely wrong. Anything is possible. That's the problem with that, because there will always be some mystery around all this, unless one time the creator of this video footage will come to the light and to reveal to us, no, it's me. It wasn't me, but it was me who made this video, and I can prove you. But some videos are very well made, and sometimes it puts the question that is it really true?
Yeah, I mean, this bit, that was because of how jerky it is with the camera going all over the place, and you just see like little clips of it. That looks quite nice as a UFO, you know. If Corbell had put that out, I'd be like, he's actually got me intrigued for once, rather than the little dots in the sky. There's just so much to the video, though. There's so much little Easter eggs. It's like a puzzle. Even though it's more than likely, people, and I do think this, Lee, you're about to say something, but all I'm going to say is I do think it's fake. I do think Skinny Bob is fake, people. I do think it's CGI. There's one bit in it for me that I do think is either a really good practical effect, or there might be a hidden gem in there, because I do think there's something about this Ivan 0135 that is a bit of a mystery, and I think it probably will always remain a mystery. But people, I do think it's CGI. Lee, what was you going to say?
One of your moderators, B Baker, they solved it. They basically made the last hour of talking about it null and void, because they just pointed out if it was real, it wouldn't be allowed to stay on YouTube.
Yeah, I think Rich said that as well earlier. Yeah, no, he's totally right. If it was real, it wouldn't be allowed to stay on YouTube. But what if they are just that confident that this?
Mate, there was rumors that there was like a picture of an alien on 4chan.
Yeah.
4chan was pulled, like the first time 4chan was ever gone down.
I think I have that alien somewhere.
You have a thing. That's another hoax though, that one, because I found the thing for it.
I think I've did. Oh no, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's the real one. That's the fake one. And that is quite hard to find, Lee. The one with the 52 underneath it, very hard to find.
Yeah. I found pictures of the guy making it.
Looks like the lady from James Bond.
The one with the 52 on it looks like somebody's took it with like the first Nokia camera phone.
Maybe they did. 3210. No, I don't think that had a camera on it.
No.
He's right. B Baker's right, and GUFON's right. Why would it last on YouTube? But maybe it was too late. You know, maybe there was something hidden in that video that was real. I don't think Skinny Bob for 1 second is real. I think it's definitely CGI. But there's one thing in that video that I do think is a little bit odd, and it's going back to what the guy said. There's another CGI artist. I don't know if I've got his video up. I did a video featuring him but it was that little clip of the autopsy. He said it didn't match up, and he was showing why it didn't match up. It looked like it had either different effects over it, but he didn't know how that was done, how it had been made to look that old, because he said it was very well done. I don't know, Doz, if you know about how making things look old, which you probably do, because you can probably make things look old yourself.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that for a second. But he said this one, you know, it looked off. The actual clip looked authentic and old. It didn't look like it had been faked, as in the filter that had been put over the top of it didn't look fake. I don't know how you tell that. I'm no CGI artist. I mean, I've got photos in my I've got filters in my editing software when I can be bothered to do stuff like that. And I can make things look kind of old, but it still looks a little bit cheesy, to say the least. I just think that little bit there, looking over it and looking over the rest of it, it stands out to be looking a little bit different to the rest of it. Maybe there might be a hidden Easter egg in there.
You have guys who are ready to go very deep, very far in the process of faking, and even just until to buy an old camera of the 1970s in order to film with in order to have this old effect in what they are filming, and even filming with the old in France we call this pellicule. The cinema, in the movies, we were filming with the big cameras, with the circle, with the pellicule, with the band of the video, and all this is when it's getting old, it loses quality, and it's becoming very poor quality with a lot of dust and scratches, and all that things. You can do this by filming with old cameras. You can find old cameras. You can find old video cam recorders, because you can also film a video with a current camera, a today camera, and record it with an old video cam recorder in order to get a very old grainy style to this video. And the more steps you add to the process, the more quality you are going to lose on this video. And that's just like in cooking. The more elements you add to the recipe, even on Photoshop, the more filters or the more layers you add to the creation, the closest you are going to go to come to the final result that you want. And in that case, a very old and very poor quality video. And it's not so difficult to have a very poor quality video, like in the 1970s or 1960s. It's very easy. You can make all this in CGI, and after this, you downgrade what you created with adding a lot of filters, a lot of layers, in order to get to that kind of result. But
would there be a way? Would there be a way to figure out as a CGI artist by almost like back engineering what's been done on that video? Like, for example, could you? And it'd be nice to see this done on Section 51. Actually, could you back engineer this just and break down exactly how it had been done?
Sorry, I didn't hear all the sentence because of problem of connection.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, could you back engineer this as a CGI artist? Like, look at frame by frame the filters, would there be a way of maybe spotting the exact effects that had been used and showing them, as in the how they've made it look old, the blurs, this, that, and the other, and kind of like almost recreating something like that for as an example over maybe, I don't know, another alien
Yes,
CGI, but maybe
yes.
showing what they'd the exact effect that they'd used.
Yes, one day if we have time to lose, we
Always got
could
time
try
to lose.
to recreate. Because I think that they must have spent a lot of time to make that kind of video,
How long?
and they must have a lot
How
of
long?
at least 3 or 4 days, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, because you try some things, you notice that it doesn't work, so you try other things until the moment you find the final result that you want. And at that moment in 2011, you still have some, as you said, practical effects, and this is the strongest part, because you can't control everything when you are filming with real elements, with practical elements, and you have to do a lot of takes, a lot of shots, and I'm sure that they must have a lot of different rushes in different positions, in different angles of views for making this video. And finally, they just exported this part of 4 or 5 seconds that was looking the most real for them, knowing or considering all the stuff that they have around this. And yes, that would be interesting to recreate this, but we will spend more time than them, because we will have to try different steps until the moment we can find the exact way that they made this video. But I need for this, I would need a good VFX artist for creating the puppet and the suit, and in order to have something very realistic. After this, we put the tracking marks on the head of the actor, on the hands, and after this, we film all this in a studio or in some neutral room like this, because we can see that this is a single wall, very white wall with no very much details, and or maybe in some doctor's office. And after this, we ingest what we shot, all the files in computers. We add CGI. We try to create a 3D head of the alien looking like the one we have here in this video. We try to put the 3D head and the 3D hands on the puppet by using the trackings. And after that, we add some camera moves, some artificial camera moves, but it's also very easy to add some camera moves that seem natural, because we can recreate them with our own hands.
We make I get that. Lee,
okay.
Though, from what Dozzy's saying there, though, do you not think that is, and Doz, I agree with everything you're saying right there, and I get where you're coming from, but do you see the effort that's been put into that, the weeks of
yes,
of work, Lee?
But that could be why there's never been another one. No, maybe somebody had.
So Lee, you're a drummer. You're a drummer, yeah, and you do your podcasts, and when you do that, you tweet it out. You like it to be shared, just like I like my stuff to be shared. Hit that thumbs up, people, and share the video out, you motherfuckers. And it's when you create something as an artist. I know there are some artists that will sit back and just go, you know what? I just want to sit back and let people admire what I've done.
Mm-hmm. Look at Banksy.
True. Very true. But this is Ivan 0135.
Yeah, but maybe come up with this idea of doing this, like we said before, a series of them, and how much effort and time went into it, and realize you couldn't invest that sort of time. I do find it. I mean, how many views has it had?
Oh, it's had thousands and thousands. I think it could be millions.
I was just going to say, I was wondering whether that amount of time. So yeah, there's clear money being left on the table with it. But what I was just thinking when you were talking, then I was looking at the picture of him. Droz, the lighting, with the picture we've got here, like as the background, does the shadow on the top of his head not seem strange? I don't understand why because if you've got what looks like a light source coming in from his our left, looking at it, which is a bright light source because it's it's the doofer. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen the measuring thing. Yeah,
they measured him before.
Yeah,
they chopped him up, mate. That's what measured him. Is.
Well, that's what you've got to do, things like that. Otherwise, you don't know how long to cook him for.
You think they did cook him?
Maybe. If someone said this is an alien grey steak, probably have to try it.
I'm just wondering here. So I've got.
I'm sorry, I will have to leave.
No worries, mate. I know it's very late where you. I appreciate you coming on Doz. It's not going to be a long show tonight, mate, but I appreciate it, and I will add you to the description.
Moreover, I have a big problem of connection. Sometimes I can't hear all what you say, so it's very difficult. So sorry, but
no worries, mate. No worries. I'm going to bring up another CGI artist of what they say about the little skinny Bob. But Doz, Section 51, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure as always to have you. Welcome on it anytime, my friend, and keep up the good work. I liked watching your debunks tonight.
Thank you. Very. Bye,
mate. Go check out Section with 51 people. Yeah, Lee. I mean, it's not going to be a long show tonight because you can only talk about this little
bastard.
That's what it is. But this is what I wanted to kind of show the people, and I'm going to add it into the description after the show. I should have already done that. I'm sure he doesn't mind me showing the video. But somebody else did a really good analysis on this, and this is another CGI artist, which I don't think many people have actually seen. So let me bring up the share. See what you think of this. Share screen. There you go. Share screen. Still getting used to this thing. There we go.
Hello, and welcome to my analysis of Ivan 0135's.
All of a sudden, my voice sounds less annoying.
He's a good man, this guy.
Play this
I'm joking.
Video, which is just a compilation of all the details of the video, the actual video from these videos. And I just adjusted the brightness a little bit. And
that looks like an airship.
Time marker down here to indicate where we are in that particular clip.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you. Appreciate that, my friend.
That, I'm a professional visual effects artist. This is, I make fake stuff like this all day. I really couldn't tell that some of it was fake and some of it was real until I looked at it very closely. And having looked at it very closely, I can say pretty confidently that at least some of these videos are fake. However, this video, for example, the autopsy, in my opinion, is the most real video. This video, the interview, is, in my opinion, one of the least believable videos. And the video that convinced me that it was fake is coming up. It's that little bubble thing, but it's not the video itself. It's the fact that the time code carries over from the previous frame, which indicates to me that this time code is not actually on the tape. It's after the fact. Someone added it.
Hello.
And that indicates to me that this time code wasn't added when they put this on a tape.
Rich,
What's
welcome
up?
to the show, my sexy man.
I couldn't.
How you doing?
I couldn't let this just. Thank you, by the way, for asking me to come on.
You must
I
not-
know. I saw it. I thought they were.
Extinct. So did I.
That's unbelievable.
It's genetically modified, though, isn't it?
God,
They used to be all green.
I thought so too.
No,
Yeah,
no, I know. This one was always blue, people.
Yeah.
No, but it didn't have a green
Always
top
blue.
though. It's been like fabulized.
Yeah, it has been. It's been blinged up.
Yeah.
You know, it's how things are these days.
So,
Got
Thank you
yourself.
very much, Mike. I've been following for some time, Ollie. Great channel. You have a great guest. Thank you. Thank you. I do have great guests. They're always very beautiful people. I appreciate that, Mike.
Maybe you've got yourself a them-they goblin. Maybe they've been them-they'd.
That is. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not prejudiced. You know, each to their own. Whatever you want to be, absolutely fine. If you want to be a stick, a piece of wood, and call yourself a piece of wood, and you are really a human being, I don't care. Rich, how you been?
Ollie, I've been great. Thank you for having me on. I couldn't stay quiet and not ask this question because Skinny Bob is very interesting. We've talked about it many times on the shows. Somebody mentioned Tom King put this in the chat room and said Skinny Bob is real because his skin stretches. And every
Right.
time I've seen that comment, I've always asked them, tell me, what, you talking about the eyeballs, talking about the neck, and they never tell me what to look for. So I see how the skin stretches from the eye, but that's what we've been talking about, the eyes. Everybody thinks it's the eyes. It's all about the eyes. It's about the whole thing, really. But that is a practical mix with CGI effect.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, 100%, Rich, on that one. 100% that it is. It's a clever. For back in 2011, I think what Section 51 was saying before, Rich. He definitely thinks it's 100% CGI. But I think the question is that I really wanted to ask is why. I can't figure out for me why this thing was made in the first place.
The rumors were going around back then that this was part of a movie that was going to be coming out, or it was just, yeah, and they couldn't release it because they actually stole these clips from the actual place where it was made, from the movie. The people at the editor or whatever, I don't know, it could have been, ABC, you name it. It could have been any one of those filmmakers. And that's what it is. And they just threw it up and couldn't put their name on it, didn't want to get in trouble, and created all of this talk that we have for the last decade.
Makes a lot of sense. You know what else it could have been? If you can think of it as being part of a movie, the idea that you've got like an X-Files type show where they have like a declassified Russian video, and it's just all these sections that you'd have, like in the background on a projector. Well, they're telling Fox Mulder something he doesn't know. Even the styling of it feels like that. Now you've said it.
But would you not agree that's a better an effect than what you'd see on X-Files?
No.
No, it's about the same, man. They were able to do that easily back then. Maybe not at home as easily, but, the programs were out there back then, 10 years ago. It's just that things have gotten so much better for the consumer that we can do that now. But back then, that was something rare for the consumer and an expensive buy for software if you wanted to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So very rarely you'll see something as real as a skinny bob, but that's practical and mixed with CGI, no doubt about it.
For the view, I want to bring this back up for a second. I am going to put it in the description, people. But this is a CGI artist that I know
basically makes the entire set of videos majorly questionable, in my opinion. So let me go and show you what I mean
Let me
by
pause.
this. First of all, we'll just start.
Where was this video from?
This is the guy. Do you remember the Tic Tac recreation?
So let me go and.
No. Yes.
So this guy recreated the Tic Tac in a CGI, and he also did an animation of how Bob Lazar's flying saucer might have worked, and then he did an analysis of the Skinny Bob. But I don't know if you can see there. He literally, I don't know if he meant to do that, but he flashed his notes up very quickly for a second. He doesn't really show them in the video. But
Right.
can you see here how much he thinks it's back in 2011 what this cost to make? $50K to $100K US dollars.
If it was for a movie, yeah.
I mean, even pictures just get done for that. I know. You look at the. Have you ever seen any of the videos on YouTube from Bat in the Sun, where the Batman shorts, like Batman short films, which are like 10 minutes, 8 minutes long? They're in the tens of thousands of dollars to make those.
Right.
I think I might be talking completely out of my ass, but there was a short about the Power Rangers because there was a director that wanted to make a adult Power Rangers movie with the original.
Oh, I would love that.
With the original cast. The short is fucking amazing.
When you say adult Power Ranger,
Not
do you
porn,
mean
not porn. No, as in like blood, guts, and stuff. And I think that like 8-minute short cost $1 million.
Wow.
Something. There was a huge, because he got the old cast in, like you had. I think it was like the blue, yellow, green, and red Ranger all turned up for it. It's like a 8 minutes of Hollywood blockbuster quality filmmaking. These things are done all the time as far as for people trying to pitch things. I think that's what Droz was trying to say. Well, was saying before, not trying to say, but when he was saying about why somebody would have done it.
Yeah.
Guys, it takes almost $500 million to make a movie nowadays. Action adventure movie, I guess, but $250 million to make a movie isn't unheard of. So that's right in the wheelhouse of $1 million for 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just the thing with this for me was the fact that it's a YouTube clip. It's literally. Let me get this to this. What he actually says about that, maybe the hidden gem that is in this video. I'm just gonna play a little bit of this.
When I was analyzing these before I saw the timecode error, this was the fakest of the videos. Now this video is much more like what you would expect a realistic video to be. First of all, a lot of these effects that are in here are very hard to fake. So the film grain is certainly possible to fake, but people have said that it repeats. I have not. I really tried to see it repeating, and I could not see any repetition. The other thing you'll notice too is that if you look at this video, this film for some reason has a lot more errors, a lot more artifacts, and that tells me that this might be one of the only pieces of footage. See how all these splotches, if you just pay attention to the splotches, and this is why I brought up the brightness so that we could see details like this a little better, then you can see this actually has a lot more errors than this video, for example. This video just doesn't have as many. It has, some, they're clearly here, but it's almost like they're imitating the actual real video. So this to me looks real. This to me looks fake.
That's his
and
opinion.
there's some other details too.
Say again, Rich.
That's his opinion. It's not
Yes,
fact.
yeah. It is his opinion. I am gonna put that in the chat
It's
for
pretty
you
cool.
guys to save the link. So go check my guy out. He's a good guy. He does some great CGI stuff within the UFO community, and it's all UFO based. He's not done it for a while. I am going to put it in the description after the show as well, people. But yeah, go check out that video. It's I do think it's fake, Rich, Lee. I do think there's that one little intriguing scene to me. It does look different. It looks very different to Skinny Bob.
That one?
And yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe it is because that is the CGI over an animatronic puppet, and that was just a prop that has been made out of latex. And no artist is perfect, and they made it slightly different. It's a bit mind-boggling.
The thing is, you asked Daz if he could do a back engineering on that, and I'd like to see somebody do it and
Yes.
see what they could break down. But I don't know how to do it. But if he can do it, if anyone can do it, he could probably do it. But yeah, I want to see those eyes debunked. I want to see that stretching of the skin and everything that really, I thought when I first watched it, made it look as real as it could possibly look. And every time I look at it, I still think that looks pretty freaking good to me.
It looks awesome.
I don't see it as CGI when I watch it, but it is CGI because a couple of professionals, 3, 4, or 5 people told me it is. But I'm like, how do you know? How can you tell? And they said, well, it's something you get used to seeing when. And I go, but I've been in film and all that stuff and cameras and movies and all that. I can't tell. And I think they just want to be
shows
that.
perception, doesn't it? It shows the difference of perception, because when I
Right.
look at that, I see it as like being overly fluid, and this sort of floating motion which you get from CGI.
Yeah, well, when you sped it up 50% or whatever, that made it look faker to me.
Yeah, but that was to match the time code down the bottom. I still don't get that. You see why
It's slow.
yeah. So that's added in afterwards, the time code.
That's true. I forget about that all the time. Yeah, that
So-
timestamp.
So even if you take everything else out, that's not real. That timestamp.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah.
It's fake, 100%. And like I said earlier, the when this first came out on the internet, the government wouldn't have let it be in plain view like that. I mean, that's like putting disclosure on the internet. I don't think they would do that. I don't think, because if you go around the internet now, Ollie, do you see any real UFO videos out there? No.
No. Other than Corbell stuff, that's great.
Yeah, well, that's different.
I've just seen something though. What creature do you know that only half blinks?
Is this a riddle?
No, it doesn't. It never shuts its eye completely. You would see.
You're right.
See, if you look here, this thing never shuts its eye completely.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Watch
because
here.
he knows in 5 minutes he's going to get stuck on a table and have his bumhole carved out.
It's fake.
And he did, but the eyes are the eyes are completely different. The face is completely different on this. Those eyes are much more sinister looking. That thing looks a little bit almost scary looking. That's on that table. It doesn't look anything like that Skinny Bob.
Yeah, the half
Nothing
blinking.
like it.
You're right. The half blinking isn't normal. And when you blink all the way.
But what's normal to an alien, Rich?
Well, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
Yep, you got that. Yep. You had
I mean,
to throw that out there.
The eyes are very big. Maybe those eyelids are not made to blink that full eyeball.
Or maybe the animatronics couldn't get them closed when they pressed on the little air thing, because they probably have it to where you squeeze it and air goes in and it makes the eyes close. That's why there's no sound to it either. You would hear it, you know, it would sound like this.
But you think about the design of one of these creatures. You think about the design of one of these the greys, and you Rich is gone. Are you like, oh, I've covered him up there. Didn't mean to cover you
You
up.
did the right thing.
Here's a good example. I don't know if you remember the boglins. When their eyes blink, but they never shut completely, ever, because you can't get them to shut completely because it's like a mini animatronic.
You just proved it. It's over. You just debunked it.
Do you think it's CGI mixed with an animatronic, or do you think it is a complete animatronic? You think it's CGI mixed with animatronic? Yes, so do I. But you do agree that alien on the table looks completely different. Whether it's real or not, it looks completely different.
Totally different. It's not even the same. Yeah.
So why was it made?
Because it was stolen out of a movie or a TV show that was being made. And I think about that time, weren't they making the new X-Files movie, or you know the last one?
It was around about then that they was started to make. Or was it then the new series as well? They started to make the new series.
So
Could
maybe
even be something that was cut
right
from the movie.
Yeah. And most movies don't show you everything. You know, a lot of that stuff goes on the cutting room floor.
But would there not be one person that maybe got laid off from that job from the X-Files movie, or maybe had a bit of beef with the director, or, you know, just somebody who's just finished the job and then seeing this up and he thought, oh, you know what, I'm gonna tell people the truth. You know, how much of signing the
NDA?
Yeah, does that count anymore?
Not really. Ask Lou.
Yes. So you would have thought something would have just sneaked out. Something would have leaked.
Yeah.
Unless it's fake. Unless there is something hidden in that video.
Well,
little Easter egg.
If anything was hidden in the video, YouTube would have been forced to take it down. I guarantee it.
Unless they like that type of thing being left in.
You know,
for some sinister reason.
Yeah. Because, you know, we see a lot of stuff in movies that wind up becoming reality that we would never think could be reality. So, TV shows too. So maybe they're leaving it in there, you know, a 0.1% out of that whole thing because it's so small. Who's gonna question it?
If that one little clip of the alien on the autopsy had been, say for example, TTSA, when Tom DeLonge said that the general told him that they had bodies, say that was one of the leaks from them. Just that little tiny clip, which I know we'd ask for more because we always ask for more than a few seconds worth of clip. It would be intriguing, though. No?
No?
Yeah, if Tom DeLonge put that out instead of just being there, I'd still think it was fake.
Well, you probably would now because of maybe some of the stuff we've said. But I'm talking about when they first came out and they released the Tic Tac UFO. And they you know, Go Fast, and maybe then that came out.
Maybe.
But it wasn't already out on the Ivan 0135. I think people would be massively talking about that because I could not. I've been trying to, and I you know, Rich, I used to do a bit. I know you do video editing now, but I used to do quite a lot of video editing, and I have dabbled in trying to make things look old, and I've got the software for it. I've got all the different effects to make it look old. Can I make something look that old? No way, not at all.
No,
I can't make it look like that.
Well, you need
tried.
a certain film. I think they probably used a different film.
an older camera to film the
Yeah.
practical effect.
By 8
Yeah.
millimeter, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why you see the artifacts in there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the film, maybe it's old film that they used to make it.
What do you think to the UFOs that were in the beginning of the movie? That was on the.
Play
A
them
lot of
again
people,
real quick,
a lot of
please.
people don't talk about them. They just talk about Skinny Bob, but they
Yeah.
don't really talk much about the UFOs that are
Right.
in there.
Imagine, yeah, how close that has to be, or how big that, because that looks really low.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can use the
It's like a
excuse
blip.
that it's big. Yeah, imagine how close that would have to be to have an object in the viewfinder that large.
Yeah. And then it's crashed.
And the timestamp still goes slow.
Yeah.
So in their world, everything's twice as slow.
Either
I
that,
don't
or
know.
they just messed up with the timestamp.
It
I don't
just
know.
the UFOs look pretty good too.
Yeah, they do. They do.
But where's that camera? You know, the one that's over the. If you go back to the first one, like the beginning. I mean, that there looks like the aliens in the.
That's like the alien Bee Gees.
No, you know, remember the one with the which was supposed to be like the aliens landed in somebody's back garden, and they were supposed to be filming
Yes,
them.
I
Yeah.
do remember that.
It's exactly like that, and and then they come in the house as well, don't
Oh,
they?
yeah,
It was a
that's
whole
right.
thing. Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
Oh,
You see,
yeah.
they do. Do they look like Skinny Bobs? They do, don't they?
Yeah,
They do.
those do.
Yeah.
Just that one. But you're right, Lee. Why
Yeah.
cover it up? Maybe there's no legs there. Maybe it's just the top half of the body. But maybe they reeled it. Maybe they took it through certain parts of the base that they couldn't show what that was, and that's why it had a blanket on it.
I feel if you've got an alien, you've got it in a pretty secure location.
I'm sure. But you know, if it's crashed somewhere, or you know, it's been found somewhere, they've still got to bring it into that location.
Yeah, but are you going to do that on a stretcher with just a blanket over it?
You know, what sort of clearance do you need to just be in the yard? Never mind in one of the labs. I mean,
See,
I'm just
like-
I'm just creating drama. I'm just creating
Exactly.
speculation.
But I mean, if even in that situation, like think about ET, yeah. Remember when they got a bit in ET where he turns into the salami and he's lying on the bathroom floor, and they
That's unbelievable.
they go in, they snaffle him, and they stick him in a little pod. In my head, you'd have like a little ice unit to put him in.
God, his neck. You just chopped his neck and you just
Just
put it in
like-
the fridge.
perfect. Like with those little chunks of fat in it, which you know you shouldn't be eating.
Oh,
but
my
they're
arm.
fucking
Whatever it
tasty.
is. I went to see that at a cinema when I was a child, and apparently my dad tells me that I was bawling like a small boy that shouldn't have watched E.T. as a child.
Everybody was. When I saw that, the whole theater was sniffling. I almost cried, but I didn't.
It's almost felt human emotion, but not.
I
quite.
did. I took everything to hold back the tears in that movie. In the theater, I wasn't crying. I think like 13 when that came out. I was with my parents and their friends. They were hysterical, bawling. You could hear people all over crying like somebody really died.
Thank you, Gav. Are you talking about E.T. being very convincing when it first came out, or Skinny Bob? I think he's talking about Skinny Bob. No, I think I remember watching that when it first came out, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's pretty amazing." But again,
I probably did as well the first time I saw it. I can't remember the first time I saw it, but I would have seen it at that time because I was looking for this sort of stuff.
yeah, but it's always tiny clips, isn't it? Go on, what are you saying, Rich? E.T.
No, I was just asking Lee. Are you talking about E.T.?
Oh no, E.T. was before I was born.
Yeah, that's what
But
I thought. Okay.
no, I meant Skinny Bob. Yeah, I'd have seen it on YouTube when it came out, but I can't remember. I'm sure when I saw it, it probably blew my tiny little mind.
Now, this ET right here, that's from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And that is supposedly as real, close as they could get. What's his name? J. Allen Hynek helped make that movie, you know, give them pointers on how to make the ETs look and all that. It's similar to Skinny Bob, but the head's not as big. I always thought that alien's head was too small.
Oh my God, but if you put a turtleneck on that thing,
He's sexy as fuck.
if you
Or
put a
bunch of-
turtleneck on that,
We take it out golfing.
Yeah.
pretty much.
How are they
Skinny Bob.
getting turtlenecks over the heads?
Velcro?
Velcro.
They apparently the aliens did develop Velcro.
They
That's
did.
that's where we got it from.
Because they look like the sort of things that need to put t-shirts on feet first.
Right.
They look like the sort of things that just don't work with clothes. They need to be naked.
Yeah.
But I imagine they get cold quite quick, being hairless.
But those in the movie here didn't have clothes on. They all looked like clay. They all looked like clay because they were, but they didn't have clothes on. They just
Maybe
walked
it
out
was-
of that ship naked.
Maybe they just wanted to show, this is what we look like.
Yeah.
We have nothing down there. We have nothing to prove. We come in peace. Because if an alien stepped out of a ship with a massive alien schlong, I would feel quite intimidated.
All the women take off running. That would have been funny in the movie.
The thing is with no, it would be funny, Rich. You're right. The thing is with like movies like E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, though. More Close Encounters. That's probably that is my favorite alien film of all time. I think it's an amazing film, but they kind of E.T.'s more of like it warms the heart a bit, but it makes you think of these creatures being peaceful. Close Encounters makes you think of them being peaceful. I can't imagine them doing a film now and then putting the aliens out as being peaceful. I can't remember the last time I saw one of those, other than kids' films where they show the alien. Paul.
Paul was cool.
Well, he was only peaceful because he was smoking a lot of weed.
Damn it! I was gonna say something that was important. Well, wasn't that important? I guess.
It'll come back to you, Rich.
No, it's not. It's
Use
gone.
the force. But it's probably my fault.
No, it's no one's fault but mine. I'm old. I've been
Lee,
Bidenized.
Was it you? Have you already?
Yeah.
I thought you said
It's already
never.
No, it started.
Okay.
I'm done. Yeah, I've got 2 years left.
Lee, was it you that told me that that E.T. is really the reenactment of Christ?
Yeah.
Or is that the wrong person?
Yeah. If you watch E.T., it's everything from him dying to being resurrected, and then in the back of when he comes out of the truck, and he's got the white robe around him and everything. Yeah, it's absolutely reenactment of Christ.
That's amazing. It is, and you see his heart beating too.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got disciples. There's a Judas figure in Elliot's mother, who rings NASA. It's great.
Dude,
It's
that's
interesting,
crazy. That's amazing. I'm gonna do that tonight on the show. The resurrection of E.T. is E.T. Jesus.
When he opens that, I'll say that cupboard. When he opens that, the back of the van, though, he steps out with the robe, and
it's the reincarnation of E.T.
And the music is very theatrical, like he rose again. It's amazing. You're right.
Well, the music gets me every time. I put it on for my little boy the other day, and I had that little lump in the front. It still does it to me. E.T. with his picking his little M&Ms up as he in the forest with his little
pieces.
Yeah,
You just going to say you can even put ETB and put in the like the tent thing. You know, the when he was dying, you could even put that down to him being laid in the cave.
Yeah.
In the cave?
No,
Yeah,
not
like
ET,
Jesus.
like Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I hope there's no Christians watching this.
There's
For
Christians.
sure.
There's still Christians out there.
There is, yeah. I'm Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be.
You're Ollie.
Yeah, you're Ollie. You're
Should-
double A.
I look like a Christian.
That beard grew quick.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'm struggling to control. I think I need a sponsor. I need some sort of, because every time I go on Facebook, I keep getting beard products. It's seeing my beard and it's sending me beard products. My wife, funny enough, she gets beard products.
Ha!
No, my wife gets, I can't remember what she told me the other day, but she gets a product of something that is, she could physically see something to do with the hair. But she says, I've never searched for it once. I've never searched for beard products ever. I keep getting beard products. I've never searched for them. You know, I comb my beard, I shampoo my beard, that's it. But now it's trying to sell me beard products constantly. So I want a sponsor. I want a beard sponsor, people. If you're watching this,
have you ever
send me
thought
a
about doing a goatee and making it long? Like really different?
I think I just want to like get some beardness to it.
All right.
You know, get it
That's not
in
a
time for
word.
Christmas. Beardness.
Yeah. Good luck with
It
that.
is now. It's a word now.
Yeah. Does it itch?
No, not anymore. Well, she tells me it doesn't itch anyway. So
That's all.
Tickles slightly.
Congratulations.
no, if I don't have a beard, she just complains. I can't give her a kiss without a beard because my stubble is apparently like razor blades. So I just, which I think most men's are. But yeah, that's the reason why I've got a beard. That and I can't be bothered to shave. But yeah, when we're talking about ET, when we're talking about Close Encounters of the Third Kind, yes, they were a long time ago, but Skinny Bob was made by apparently one man called Ivan, maybe in his bedroom or in his garage.
Well, let's hang on a second. We're doing a lot of surmising there because Ivan 156, his surname is not 156. So it's, you know, it's just a channel name. It could have been a team of people behind that.
Could be Neil Blomkamp.
Who?
Neil Blomkamp, you know, the guy from who did Chappie. He does a lot of practical effects. You know, the District 9 guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of practical effects with
CGI on it.
CGI over it.
Aren't they making another District 9 like they
Yes.
come back?
District 10, is it? I think
No.
it is.
District
not close.
10?
Yeah, I think so.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, because District 9 is where the UFO was parked over district.
Yeah.
Called it District 9. So I guess, I don't know. I think they're coming
I think
back.
it's just District 9 too.
Yeah. I don't know. They should name it something totally different, but
I agree.
I went on a date with the girl whose uncle was in that.
who was her uncle?
He was the captain. The army captain. I can't remember. I've only watched it once.
The jerky one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good film. I like District 9.
Yeah, I liked
did.
it. It was fun.
You cheeky prawn. I can't do
I
a
like-
South African accent. I bet you can, Rich. Go on.
I
You
don't
know,
know
you
how.
can,
No, I really don't.
I give you one go at it, and I bet you'll nail it.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know, something South African.
I don't.
It's something in a
Another
South.
alien on the body.
Oh,
There, did it.
I can't finish that joke. No.
Is that an alien on the Barbie?
That's
That's
Australian.
Australian.
That's what you said, isn't it?
No,
South African.
South
Oh,
African.
yeah, I don't know anything about that.
And Elon Musk.
I can't. I know I can't.
Elon hasn't got a South African accent though.
Sometimes it snakes in a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a I've travelled the world accent. He's
Yeah.
got bits of everything in it.
Well, my cousin's from South Africa, and she's got very strange accent, but you can hear that it's a bit like Elon's actually. She's got that that it's got a bit of a posh twang to it, but you can just hear it a little bit in the background. Honestly, Skinny Bob, I think we'll still be talking about this in 12 years' time, but it is safe to say, people, and I don't know if you've ever had people in the chat, if you ever mentioned Skinny Bob, but I've done a few videos on it, Rich, and people get quite emotional, and they are convinced, and you can't tell them any otherwise, that it is CGI. It's not CGI, sorry. It's the eyeballs. It is 100% real. This thing is real. I'm sorry, people, but I think this thing, I think with in agreement tonight, is a very clever piece of it's a practical effect with CGI, but it still leaves the mystery open as to why it was made, other than what we've been discussing tonight. Was it a movie piece? Was it a portfolio for somebody? You know, was it just a piece of a work of art? Is it just somebody that created it, wanted to create a massive channel, and then they actually, unfortunately, died with nobody to then tell the story of why this person made it? I don't think we'll ever find out.
Nope. It's good mystery.
It's great.
Ufology.
Yeah, or just internet, like internet folklore is great, isn't it?
It is, but it's becoming. Well, I don't think we'll get much folklore anymore.
Not on YouTube.
No. If you put it this way, if Ivan 135 put that out now on YouTube, he'd probably get 100 people watching that video. You know, it probably wouldn't make it anywhere.
Yeah.
It'd get delisted because it had the word UFO in it and not UAP.
I've cut that. I've deleted the entire word UFO from my channel on every video. I've gone through every
Did you have to do that manually?
Yep, I had to do it manually. I've taken it out of descriptions. I've taken out of all the.
Not me.
Have you not? I should. You don't think he does anything bad, Rich?
Doesn't do anything at all.
I'm going to put it back in.
As a matter of fact, I know there was a video made about that. Lions Ground talked about it and said that UFO can't be used, but I've never stopped using it. And everything's fine.
Maybe they just wanted us to think it can't be used.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that guy was just making stuff up.
No, that was a real thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Have you tried using Have you tried using UAP, Rich, or do you just refuse?
It's the same. My numbers are the same no matter. I could put Fudge on a stick as the title of the thing.
Do
and
it.
Everything would
Do
work
it.
the
I
same.
want to see a
right.
GUFON video with the title
Tomorrow.
Fudge on a stick.
Tomorrow.
See how it's an experiment. See how it
right.
goes.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And the thumbnail needs to be
Make a note on it.
a fudge that you do you get fudges in the UK? In
Fudge?
the UK, fudge. Do you get you know a finger of fudge is just enough to give? Well,
You don't get you don't get fudges.
I don't know what you're talking. Are you talking about the food?
Yeah, a fudge.
Yeah, of course we have
Yeah.
fudge.
No,
A
but you
chocolate
don't.
bar.
No, I think I don't think you get Cadbury's fudges in the US.
I never heard of it. Yeah.
They're too small.
So they can't ship them or what?
No, I don't
it's
think it's a big enough chocolate bar for you guys.
Gotcha.
They're only like that big. You need like arm-sized ones.
Like a Toblerone.
Yes.
Oh, I love a bit of Toblerone.
Yeah, but
Toblerone?
it's
Yeah.
it's a food that was designed to hurt though.
Yeah, you can't deep throat a Toblerone, can you? You can't bite it like a chocolate bar.
And now and again, when you have to, you end up trying to pierce the roof of your mouth. It's fucking terrible things.
It's
Terry's,
fun if you...
Terry's chocolate orange is where it's at.
I'm not a fan of orange chocolate.
What am
Orange
I doing
chocolate?
here? Yeah.
Have you never had a Terry's chocolate orange, Rich?
Never heard of it.
It's an orange, but it's made out of chocolate,
No way.
and it actually has.
Ollie, this is worth you pulling the picture up.
You
This
know
isn't
what?
CGI.
Before we end the show,
It's not real chocolate. It's CGI.
Oh, it's the best chocolate. It's the best chocolate in the
I'm
world.
going to send you one, Rich, for Christmas.
And it's proper Christmas chocolate as well, isn't it? Oh, now and again, you go into a shop and there's like a pound thing. It's a big chocolate bar as well.
Thing it is the size of an orange.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat one of those in one sitting, but it's very easy to do.
Do you guys have Hershey's chocolate?
Yes, but only in, oddly enough, clothes shops.
What?
Yeah, the like girls' fashion shops. They'll sell Hershey's chocolate there. It's too sweet for me. I do like your Butterfinger bars.
That's my favorite candy bar of all time.
Yeah,
Butterfinger.
they're
Yeah.
good. And anything with Reese's written on it.
Okay. So you like Reese's Dicks and Reese's
Reese's
Anything,
what?
Reese's
anything.
Balls? I don't know why that came up. Oh, I'm
There we
such
go.
a immature person. Oh my
Mature.
goodness. That's chocolate?
It's
Ah.
chocolate.
That's like Easter stuff or something over there.
That's a chocolate orange.
Oh,
my
you can
God.
you can get them all year round. They're amazing. You have to
Yeah,
hit them on the table as well. You have to like really with force
It's
belt
hard.
them on the table. Yeah, and then if you belt them on the table, it breaks the inside, and you can take them off in segments.
Do you have to cut it with a knife?
Nope, no. You smash it.
No,
Smash.
you literally you get it. It's
You're
a ball.
supposed to smash it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a ball of orange. You hit it once on the table, then it breaks off like an orange, in each segment. It's just chocolate and orange to me, and not chocolate and mint. Yeah, I'll take that, but not a chocolate orange. But anyway, I'm not going to bore people with chocolate oranges. If you want one, I've just put the link in the description. People,
Yeah.
why not? Yeah. Rich,
Yeah.
what's the show on tonight, other than Fudge?
Tonight, I don't know. I already put it up and I can't remember. It is coming up here in about 2 hours. Hold on, let me see. It is, I don't know. This is weird. Wait
It's
a
okay.
second. Wait a second. I don't know. You want to know what I did?
What did you do?
I accidentally put the same thumbnail up I did last night's show. It is a shocking, it's a major turning point in the history of ufology. And it really is a major turning point in the history of ufology. So we're going to talk about that, new videos and stuff around the world. You know, because GUFON brings today's news, UFO news and
Yep.
paranormal stuff to the table. So
I think I
Anyway.
want to talk about a bit of that on Friday with yourself. We're doing a show Friday, Rich. Is that right? We
yeah,
still-
that's right. Yeah.
Still good for Friday. It will be 10 p.m. People, what time's your show tonight?
In 2 hours from now, 9
Okay.
p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. So ours will be 5 p.m. Eastern. So yours is in 2 hours from now. I am going to add you to the description, Rich. So go check Rich out after the show if you're not already. Which most of you in the chat are already Gufonians.
I can't believe I put the same thumbnail up by accident as last night's show. All
You
right,
could
I'll
just
change-
flip it upside down.
Oh, that would be weird. It's not a bad idea. I have another one I'll use.
And Lee, big changes for you. I know you said at the beginning of the show, but what is going on?
I'm going to try and move all my content to different platforms. Podcast will be hosted on Rockfin as soon as I can do that. And it'll also be on Rumble as well. And going to move away from the things that keep fucking cancelling people.
So you're coming away from the platform we all know and love.
I
And
think so.
You are moving on. To
Makes
new-
sense. Seems to
new
me. It seems to.
things.
It makes sense now. It makes sense to do the gamble now, the way things are.
I understand, mate, and we will miss you, but we'll have a new link in the description for Lee when he finds his
New home.
your new home.
Think of
Oh.
me as a salami to ET at the minute.
God, I still can't get over the ET being a salami. He so much does look like one. Well, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And thank you to Section 51. I am going to put things in the description after the show, people. So make sure you check them out. And I'll put the link to CGI artist that also did the breakdown for Skinny Bob. Good night. God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. The guy who makes Bob Boglins, I believe you are still alive. I'm looking for a sponsor. And if you put a beard on it, I'm in. Good night. God bless. Thank you, people. I do want to end with a little video. I will come back in. It's only... It's just a little video. Stop screen sharing. There we go.
Send a salami to your boys in the army.
E.T. That is the title for an E.T. That is the title for the video. That E.T. The alien salami.
I love that. That was so funny.
There we go. Has it come up? Has it come up?
Yes, yes.
It has.
Make it
This is
large,
porn.
It's not porn. You can't say that, Lee. You'll get me destroyed. Oh.
Hello?
There we go. Share audio.
You destroyed. That's what's happening to
Don't
her.
forget to make it large.
There we go, people. There we go. Good night. God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. I'm Alien, Rich Giordano from GUFON, and Lee from Musty Audio. And it is going to change. Well, no, you keep it Musty Audio, but it's changing to... This is cheaper than therapy. I got it. There you go. Good night. I'm still in the house.
Make it big.
There you go.
Full screen. Okay.
Take your pants off.
Down in front. Can't hear it.
You can't hear the ticking.
There's no volume, nothing.
There's no volume.
No, sir.
I can hear sound.
Good for you.
Are you winding me up?
I'm not. Oh, now I hear it. There it is. Shh. Caught me vaping. Stupid.
Are we still live?
Yeah. Shh.
All right, just make sure.
Shh.
Shh.
You shush.
Trying to have a dramatic ending here, people.
Maybe the alien was getting a massage. Maybe that's why he's got a towel over his willy. Maybe that's why they kept coming back, because the first ones landed in Thailand and went for a massage.
I'll tell you something, Rich. This is Co-AG music that I used for this edit.
Yeah.
His music's fantastic.
I've got a new one now, but I can't share who it is because I don't want anybody to have it. You can always Shazam it though if you want to.
I'm like that with ex-girlfriends. I want to let them go, but I don't want anyone else to have them.
So we have to Shazam them. Look at that. I mean, that's real. That's CGI right there. Looking into the water. Yeah.
Rich,
Never
that was
shooting.
me. That was my little effect.
By the way, that was so fake looking right there. The shake didn't match the UFO on that last one. That was awful. CGI. Look at these two mirroring each other. Yeah, I said it. That's right.
What are they doing to each other now?
They're doing
Bob.
chins.
Giving each other
Bob.
head.
You're twins. It's illegal in some countries.
But not all. Not in Thailand.
Oh, he feels guilty now. He feels
does.
guilty because he
Can't even
what he
look
did
at
with
him.
his. Yeah, no, I'm really sorry. I just got carried away. We were drunk. Don't tell Dad.
Do you remember? Now they're doing brain melts, mind melting. We were on the bayou, and you said turn left, and we wound up in Thai.
What do you mean you're pregnant? We've already only got 3 fingers. That was really good, Ollie. Nice, serious ending.
We
Moving.
needed a series
It
ending.
was like mysterious.